You're in the shower, the water's running, steam everywhere, and instead of just showering, you are having the most intense argument with someone who isn't there. You know exactly what they're going to say. You know exactly how you're going to respond. You've rehearsed your best lines. You've already won. And then you snap out of it, water going cold, and realize you just spent 15 minutes fighting someone who had absolutely no idea it was happening. Sound familiar? If it does, you are not weird. You are not crazy. You are doing something that millions of people do every single day, and almost nobody talks about. And today, we're going to talk about exactly why your brain does this, what it's actually trying to tell you, and the one thing you can do that makes it stop. His name is Daniel, 26, works in marketing in Austin, Texas. By every measure, Daniel is a pretty self-aware guy. He reads. He goes to therapy. He knows the difference between projection and deflection. And yet, almost every single day, Daniel has entire conversations in his head that never actually happen. Some of them are arguments. Some of them are confrontations he's too afraid to actually have. Some of them are scenarios he plays out, over and over, for situations that may never come. What he'll say to his boss when he finally asks for a raise. What he'll tell his ex if they ever run into each other. What he should have said to that coworker 3 weeks ago. Daniel calls it his head theater. It plays all day. Sometimes it's entertaining. Most of the time, it's exhausting. One night, around 1 a.m., Daniel caught himself doing it again. He was rehearsing an argument with his roommate about dishes, of all things, going through every possible version of how the conversation could go. 15 different scenarios, 15 different outcomes, all of them fake, all of them vivid, all of them completely real feeling. He put his phone down and thought, "Why do I keep doing this? What is wrong with me?" Nothing is wrong with him, but something very specific is happening inside his brain, and once he understood it, the head theater didn't disappear, but it finally made sense. Here's the thing most people get wrong about fake scenarios. They think it's a sign of weakness, or anxiety, or too much free time. It isn't any of those things. It's actually your brain doing something it was literally built to do. Your brain is a prediction machine. Its entire job, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, is to prepare you for what comes next. It runs simulations, constantly. If this happens, then what? If I say this, how do they react? If that goes wrong, what's my move? This is not a glitch, this is the feature. Think about it. Every human being who ever survived something difficult did it partly because they'd already imagined it. They ran the scenario, they prepared. That ability to simulate the future in your mind is one of the most powerful things a human brain can do. The problem isn't that your brain runs simulations. The problem is when it can't stop. Here's where Daniel's story gets really specific and really relatable. The fake scenarios Daniel ran weren't random. They all had something in common. Every single one of them was a situation where Daniel felt, in real life, like he hadn't been heard, or hadn't stood up for himself, or had said the wrong thing and walked away wishing he'd said something different. The argument with his roommate about dishes? Not really about dishes. It was about feeling like his needs didn't matter in that apartment. The rehearsal with his boss about the raise? Not really about money. It was about wanting to feel valued somewhere he'd been overlooked for 2 years. The conversation with his ex? Not really about closure. It was about one moment, a specific moment, where he felt completely dismissed and had never found a way to say so. His brain wasn't addicted to imaginary conversations. It was addicted to a feeling of resolution it had never actually gotten. This is the part that changes everything when you really understand it. Your brain does not run fake scenarios for fun. It runs them because somewhere, in a real conversation, in a real moment, something got left open. An unfinished thought, an unexpressed feeling, a moment where you needed to say something and didn't. And your brain, being the relentless problem solver that it is, keeps returning to that open door, trying every possible version of the conversation, looking for the one that finally closes it. The fake scenarios aren't the problem. They're the symptom of an unresolved need trying to find its way out. Now here's something almost nobody talks about, but that makes this make so much more sense. Not all fake scenarios are the same. There are actually 3 distinct types, and each one is telling you something different. 1. The rehearsal. This is when you play out a conversation you're actually planning to have: the raise, the breakup, the apology, the confrontation. Your brain is doing exactly what it's supposed to, preparing you, reducing uncertainty, lowering the emotional stakes before the real moment arrives. This type is mostly healthy. It becomes a problem only when the rehearsal replaces the actual conversation forever. 2. The rerun. This is when you replay something that already happened, but this time you say what you wished you'd said. You win the argument. You get the last word. You finally say the thing you swallowed in that moment. This one is almost always attached to a wound, a moment where you felt powerless, disrespected, or unseen. Your brain keeps returning to it because it never got the response it needed. This type is your most important clue. What you keep replaying, that's where your unmet need lives. 3. The worst case. This is when your brain simulates catastrophic conversations that probably will never happen. What you'd say if someone died. What you'd do if you lost everything. What you'd say to someone who betrayed you. This one feels the darkest, but it's actually your brain's protective instinct running on overdrive. It's trying to make sure you're never caught without an answer. This type is the most exhausting and the most misunderstood. It's not pessimism, it's armor. I want to stop here for just a second, because I know some of you recognized yourself in one or all 3 of those types. And maybe there's a small part of you that feels a little embarrassed by it, like it means you can't let things go, like it means you're stuck. I want to be really clear about something. This does not mean you are stuck. It means your brain is working hard on your behalf, and it hasn't been given the right tools yet. Because here's what Daniel figured out, and here's what I want you to hear next. There is one reason, one core reason, that fake scenarios become a loop you can't escape. And it's not what most people think. It's not that you're anxious. It's not that you overthink. It's not that you care too much. It's that the scenario is standing in for a conversation you haven't had yet, or a feeling you haven't fully let yourself feel. Think about the last fake scenario you ran. Really think about it. What was the feeling underneath it? Not the argument, not the words, the feeling. Was it, I want to be taken seriously. I want to matter to this person. I want one moment where I don't feel small. That feeling, that is what the loop is chasing. You can win every fake argument in your head and wake up tomorrow needing to win it again. The loop doesn't end because the feeling was never addressed. What actually breaks the loop? 3 shifts, all practical, no grand gestures needed. Small steps work. 1. Stop trying to win the scenario. Start asking what it's about. The next time you catch yourself mid-fake argument, don't try to shut it down. Instead, ask yourself one question. What feeling am I trying to get in this scenario? Respect? Relief? Safety? Being understood? Write it down if you have to. One word is enough. Because the moment you name what you're actually after, the simulation starts to lose its grip. Your brain realizes you found what it was looking for. You don't need to keep running the same episode. 2. Give the real feeling a real outlet, even a small one. If you keep rehearsing a conversation you need to have a version of it. It doesn't have to be the full confrontation. It can be a text, a single sentence. One honest thing said out loud. If you keep replaying a moment where you felt dismissed, write down what you wish you'd said. Not to send, just to say it somewhere real, outside of your head. That act alone tells your brain the loop can stop. Real outlets, however small, do what fake scenarios cannot. They satisfy the need for real. 3. Notice when the loop is protecting you, and thank it instead of fighting it. The worst-case scenarios especially, those are your brain trying to keep you safe. Fighting them makes them louder. Judging yourself for having them makes them louder still. Instead, try this. I see what you're doing. You're trying to protect me. I've got it from here. That act of acknowledgement, of recognizing the loop's intention instead of its content, is what gives you back control. You stop being the passenger in the simulation. You become the one who decides when it runs. Daniel didn't stop having fake scenarios overnight, but he did one thing differently. The next time the head theater started, instead of letting it run, he paused it and asked himself, what do I actually need right now? Sometimes the answer was, I need to actually say this to someone. Sometimes it was, I need to let this go. It's 3 weeks old and I'm the only one still in this room. Sometimes it was just, I'm tired and I need to eat something. The roommate situation? He had the actual conversation. 2 minutes. Not dramatic. The dishes got sorted. More importantly, Daniel stopped feeling invisible in his own apartment. The head theater didn't go silent, but it got quieter. Because his brain finally started getting real answers instead of running the same simulation on repeat, searching for one. Here is what Daniel understood that changed everything. The fake scenarios were never the enemy. They were letters he'd been writing to himself, full of things he needed to say, feel, or finally let go of. He just had to learn how to read them. If this video just put words to something you've been doing for years but never had a name for, share it with one person who lives in their head. They'll know exactly what this is about the second they see the title. And if you want to keep understanding why your brain does what it does, why you feel what you feel, and why the people around you behave the way they do, subscribe to I Study Behavior. Every week, a real story, a real pattern, the truth behind why people are the way they are. I'll see you in the next one. Before you go, one more thing. If your brain runs fake scenarios, there's a good chance you also wake up some mornings with this quiet, nagging feeling that something is wrong, even when everything looks completely fine. That feeling has a name, and that video is right there. It might be the most important thing you watch this week.